everybody. I'm going to show you, hopefully, how to install your mods for the 506. It's pretty easy, but for those of you who have never installed mods for Arma before, hopefully this will help you out. First thing you want to do is go to your Steam apps, go to Common, find your Arma 3, go ahead and open that up. There's a folder you will need to create called user config. For most people to see, you won't naturally have it. You may already, but you might not. So I'm going to go ahead and create that real quick. User config. Done. You're going to need that for a few files and folders here with the rest of the mods. So pretty easy, pretty straightforward. You'll see here we got the mods listed. I'm going to start with the 506 pack. And you'll see these folders that have the @ symbol in front of them. That basically tells Arma that it is a mod folder. So for installing a couple of these, like this 506 one, I copy, paste, and just copying over there. It's at the top, and once it is done copying over, that 506 particular folder, that particular mod package is done. It is installed. It's as simple as that. And so we'll be doing that with the other files. So here we have Ace, same thing, copy, paste. Ace is there. It is now ready. This is the RHS for the Russian and the US forces. We're going to leave those alone for a second because we got to install their primary first. But we'll go here to user config. So see here we got CTab and CTab settings, set HPP. We're just going to copy the CTab folder. So copy, we're going to go back down to our user config, and we'll paste it. Now things that get put into the user config, those folders and file names must be named as they are, because when the corresponding mods try to pull those up, if they're not named exactly correctly, they won't be able to find them, and particular mods won't run correctly. Alright, we'll go ahead and install CBA. As same usual, copy the app file and paste. And now CBA is installed. And so far so good. Alright, we are going to go ahead and do tfar. Current version is 0.9.8. So we have the @ test force radio. Whoops. Oh no, don't do that. So copy it and paste it over. And you'll see it's propagated down there. Now we have a couple other plugins we got to do here, but first we'll do the user config. It's best just go ahead and copy this over as it is so you don't potentially goof up any of the folder names. So now we have TeamSpeak 3 client folder. Plugins. So you're going to see this stuff here. So you want to go to wherever it is you have TeamSpeak installed, find the plugins, go ahead and open that up, that folder, and you'll see this here. So first we want to copy these DLL folders over here, and you'll see I've already got them installed, so I'm just going to move and replace. So we got those. So now you'll see radio sounds. So we got radio sounds here, so we'll open this up, and these are different sounds that the radio you use in Arma, so different squelches, things of that nature. These you can play around with. You can just simply replace them. Different sounds or different effects. There might be one you prefer over the other. I'm just going to do standard radio sounds here. So I'm just going to copy, and yes, I want to do that for all. Alrighty, and installing tfar for that is done. So that's pretty simple. Alright, so let's go ahead and install RHS. So I have downloaded them as individual file folders. You can also use the RHS, its own installation program. It's always been a little janky for me. Most people seem to do okay, but I just go ahead and use the individual links that are provided. So again, app folder. So we're just going to copy this completely over. And it's going to take a little bit of time because, you know, it's a pretty big folder. And we are almost done with mods. So I mean, again, it's a pretty straightforward deal. You'll see here the Arma 3 launcher. If you Google Arma 2, Arma 3 launcher, this will usually pop up on Armaholic. It's what I use to launch with my mod line, and I will show you why I prefer it here in a second. It's very modular. It's very easy to have multiple mod lines saved. So if you want to be doing other missions or playing other servers, you don't have to sit there and manually change out your mod line continuously. This is a nice little hub to do that, so it's pretty cool. Alright, that's the RHSAFRF, and now we're doing the USAF. Copy, paste. And again, we a little bit for it to copy over. And restore the and I'll just chat back to my buddy. Go away. Recording stuff. Alright, now that is the main RHS mods installed. So if we go back here to our 506, so remember we have these two RHS folders. So here we have the AFRF. We'll open that up. Add-ons, you'll see we have a single PBO. We want to copy that. We want to go to back to the AFRF into the add-ons folder, and we want to simply paste it. We obviously want to copy and replace, and what we're doing here is these are PBOs that our mod team has tweaked and changed a few settings to our own desired effect. And same thing here with the AFRF, so or either with the USAF. So copy USAF, add-ons, paste, and we want to copy and replace all. So that is done. Alright, so we did the C tab from that. Is there anything from ACE we needed? Nope. And 506, nope, that's all good. Okie dokie. So our 506 pack there should be done. And we've already done CBA, done TFAR. Okay, so now we have all in Arma. Now this is one that for some reason people have a lot of issues with. You want to make sure you download the full version of All in Arma. When it's fully unpacked, it'll be 8.5 gigs, as you see there. So make sure this is when you download. Again, these names you want to should be as they are. So we copy the app folder. And we paste, and because it's a really large file, this will take a bit of time. And I may just I may pause the video until it's done, just so it's yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, 3 minutes. Yeah, we're gonna pause the video. So I'll be back when it is done copying over. Okie dokie, we are back. Now that is the main all in Arma that we've copied over. Now, excuse me, we have a patch that we want to copy over as well. We got that, all on pack, add-ons. Okay, we want to copy all this over. So I think this is the exact. I think is that a. Looks like that's a folder within a folder. Yeah, it's folder within a folder. Okie dokie. So, add-ons. Go back to our all in Arma. Open add-ons. We want to copy it all over. It's going to copy and replace a lot of files. That's fine, because again, these are updated to work proper with Arma 3. Ta-da! All in Arma is installed. And that is all there is to it. Now we go to our Arma launcher here. Open it up, and here's why I like it. As you see here, I can have multiple, so I'll create one. So new, we'll call it 506 version 2. So here on the left, you will see all the mods I have access to. In here, you can put launch parameters if you so desire. First, we'll start with CBA. I believe it was an old Arma 2 thing we wanted CBA to launch first, but it seems in Arma 3 it's a good habit just in case there's other files that require CBA to load before them. And so whenever we go down the list, 506 mod pack, we had ACE, all in Arma terrain pack, the RHS, AFRF, and USAF, and of course Task Force Radio, and done. So now we go there, and you'll see here in the mod line that it's got them all listed. All right, good deal. So now let's go ahead and double check that we've got TeamSpeak working correctly. So here we go to our TeamSpeak client, and what you're gonna have to do, go to settings, you go to plugins, and you'll see here that Task Force Alpha Arma 3 radio here is here. I've already got it checked marked. You'll see the version is 0.9.8, which is what it should be. If it's not check marked, obviously you'll have to check it. And to ensure that that's working correctly, go ahead and just pop in. So I'm going to go to my channel here, and if I hover over my name, you'll see that I've got both the plugin and the actual Task Force Radio are at the same version, and so that's how you know that this on its own end is working correctly. So we're going to go ahead and exit out of that real quick. So Task Force Radio is working correctly. So let's go ahead and fire up Arma, and and I'll show you how that looks to make sure the mods are correct. So be back when that's up. People get an issue when loaded onto a server. Typically get about 2/3 to 3/4 of the way loaded. The loading bar stops and it sort of hangs, and they wait and wait and wait, and they have to alt tab to learn that it's soft crashed, it's soft locked up. Typically, this isn't always, but typically that's due to Arma 3's memory allocation, which seems to be pretty janky for most people. So what you may want to do is go back to your Arma 3, find the DLL folder, open it up. You see all these things that say malloc on them. That's memory allocation. That's Arma 3's memory allocation. It's pretty garbage. It's best if you go ahead and delete them, because they may cause you issues. Delete, done. You can just leave the README, that's fine. Worst case scenario, if you still continue to have the issue and you want to make sure it's not that those memory allocations have been deleted, you just go back through Steam and have it verify the integrity of the cache, and you'll just re-download them. So it's no harm, no foul. But that is all there is to it. Your mods, if you follow this guide, should be installed correctly, and you should have no issues. So I hope it works out for you guys, and good luck in your Arma 3.